Well, hey, everybody. Hey, Todd. Hey, Steve. Man, you're in Dominican Republic? Man, world traveler. Steve's the world traveler today. I just, you can see my hair's all messed up. I've been outside working in the bees. Decided to come in and take a little break. Hey, Phil. Just getting ready for work. Hey, Grayson, Stuffy. Good to see y'all. I just decided to do a little afternoon live stream, see how that went over. We had a guy come and get 2 nukes this morning. I've got crazy amounts of work I was out there doing. I had to get one of my mated queens out of the mating yard and introduce it to a colony that went queenless somehow. And at any rate, maybe their queen didn't come back or something. Just, are you at the craft show, James? Cool. And, introduced her, tried to equalize a couple colonies. It's going to be a hot one here today. It's 74 right now. It's supposed to get up to 83. Got a little feed out. Hey, Robert. So just, doing the daily grind of beekeeping this time of year. Hopefully some of these start really popping off. I've got and you guys might be able to help. I've got a 71 millimeter hole saw coming. Is that the size that fits the mason jar lid? 71 millimeter. That's the $1 million question. I thought that's what everybody said. It was a 71 millimeter. So that's what I bought. 70 millimeter. Of course it's 70 millimeter. So that's it's always, it's always going to be wrong for what I've got. Whatever I order to be wrong the first time. So just, working today and sweating bad and, trying to make things go. So up to about 40 colonies right now and just, kind of letting those grow, not trying to do too much with them. Just make sure they got room and let them do their thing. And some of the queens are, you don't think the 1 millimeter will matter? It will for me, probably. It'll just fall all the way through. I'll have to check it out. But yeah, the girls are looking good. Hopefully you guys all are looking good. Hey, Alex. Just been out in the yard today. And James, I talked to him. He's on his 22-hour round trip for his queens, for his nukes. And so it's been busy for everybody, I think. It's just that time, where that's why I haven't been doing that many videos, is because when I get off work, I go work the bees and then, haven't been going live as much. So I just figured I'd take a minute during the day and see who would pop in here. We got the 11, the Fearless 11. And probably most people don't even get notifications on the regular like that, or they're, Charlie's at work, and people are probably out in their yards today working their bees, getting stuff squared away. And it's kind of the same thing I've been doing. Todd, I do, brother. That's what my swarm lure is. And I've got, do I have any, hold on one second. I've got a couple made up already packaged. I don't have it in the strip that you're talking about, but I have it in vials with the polyacrylic wicking agent. So I only sell these on my website, in the envelopes, and I sell the swarm lure on Amazon and on my website. I actually make a little bit more money when you order it off of my website as compared to Amazon, but either way it works. Amazon takes a cut, right? So that's always an issue. But just been, if you're talking about the strips, it's basically a capillary tube where they just suck the lure inside of the capillary tube. It's the same lure, smells the same, everything. Even the Man Lake one in the vial I had here, but it's basically the same thing. Melting the wax for dipping the boxes. That's awesome. One day I'll get there. No, not much of a difference. It's just basically swarm lure inside of a capillary tube that you can just staple to the back. But what I do with those vials is I just set them. What I do with the vials is wherever the dog ears on the frame are, like in between the frame rest and the dog ears, I just put it right in there and pop it open. Well, if I can, there we go. I just pop it open and it just rests on the back. And after, a month or so, it'll evaporate out and the crystal will wick from the lure in the bottom. And then once it dehydrates, you can just add lure back to it out of the bottle and it'll hydrate it back up. And so that's the principle behind that, really. But, swarm lure sales are starting to slow down on Amazon and everywhere because it's that time of the, down south has already bought it. So I can see my orders are starting to get more and more north. And then it'll just stop, right? And then it's just going to stop. So, and then we'll see how it goes. But everything's been going good so far with, the lure, the Apis. Apis is kind of slowed down, which is because, people are starting to get in the honey flow season. But if you're trying to build comb, like my nukes, when I put the feeder on there for the Pro Nuke, I put Apis in it and flip it upside down, and they blew up in there. I make the lure. There's no lemongrass oil in it. I buy floral terpenes from a lab company. Let me see if I got small bottles, and big bottles. Hold on, I'm coming. Wherever it is. There it is. Wow, there's so much of that one. Oh. So it comes in like these metal vials, and I mix it together with a few different things. So can't give you the super. I've used it during swarm catches. So like when I shake a swarm off a branch, then I'll spray it where they were to keep, and it's worked for that. So I just haven't had any need to flush any bees out of a super or something like that. The real thing is trying to figure out the packaging on it for me. And when I say packaging, so most of your lures are in 2-ounce bottles, no problem. Most of your like Honey Bandit, Honey Robber, whatever you want to call it, they're in like 12 to 16 ounces, which means it's a whole different packaging thing, right? Shipping's different, everything's different. Because I don't think that a 2-ounce bottle would be enough if you had 40, 50 hives to do. So I have to get the bottle, figure out what bottle I'm going to use and stuff like that. Other than that, it's just a matter of getting labels and mixing it. But I have been semi working on it. I still have a bottle that I made up. Yeah, it was funny. I had the guy that came and got nukes this morning. It was funny. He came, we were talking about bees for quite a while. And then we somehow stumbled on the swarm lure because we were talking about bee supply stores. And I explained to him that I used to work in nuclear pharmaceuticals. Well, it turns out he's a nuclear pharmacist. So he was the guy that was dispensing the medication that I was making at the cyclotron. So it was pretty neat. We ended up stumbling in, it's a small world to be in that niche market. And I need to get the honey rustler, for the lack of a better word, put together, so I can start marketing that, right? Start selling that. That should carry me through till fall with sales. And I just need to get a bottle supplier that's reasonable, that the cost of it isn't too expensive to where you can't at least compete in the market, right? That's the other half of it, being able to price it where it makes sense. So maybe that's something I work on this afternoon. That's why I got my Beacon Bad shirt, guys. Yeah, there's two different ones. So one of them is a 4.8 and one's just a 4 frame, I guess. I don't know, or if it's a typo on the website. But the one I sent out should be the 4.8. Based on the control panel and stuff like that I could determine. Someone actually went and bought one with the link that I had in the video. So that was pretty good. And Phil started preparing all his swarm traps. I do need to work on getting the bottles and stuff for that. So, and that's going to entail me looking at a bunch of different websites, beekeeping websites, to see how much their honey robber is, right? So honey robber at Man Lake sells for $25.95 a bottle. And from what I understand, I've never used that particular product, that it really stinks. So they're selling pints. It's $25, $26 a pint up there. 26 a pint. $41 for a little bit less than a liter. $129 a gallon, and that uses butyric acid in it as well. So, and that's what stinks, the butyric acid. 5-gallon jug is $436. You know how many hives you got to have do 436, or a 5-gallon bucket? That's crazy. 55-gallon drum, $2,900. Holy moly. You can get it on my website, Ryan. Let me drop the link to the website. I'm going to drop the full website, so you guys see, paste. There we go. And yeah, did you guys see the video that Joseph put up? He caught another swarm using my lure. So it's going good. The lure sale, lure's doing a good job, so I can't complain about that. I just stopped talking about, I try to stop talking about it as much because people were getting tired of the infomercial-esque thing, but it's swarm time. So what do you do? Lisa's caught one on my swarm lure. So also, guys, I still have, while we're talking about sales and stuff, I still have some of these. Still have some of the Ceracell Varroa test bottles. Looks like I got eight of those left. And so that's a good thing. I've got more pins on order. I've probably got 8 sets of pins left. And I've got more of those on order. They should be here this week. I got more Apis on order. So, well, I'm giving it, in our world, I'm giving the Commander some competition. The problem is, overall, I'm not even close as far as sales. Maybe next year it'll catch on a little bit better. But the fact of the matter is, it is cheaper, a little bit cheaper. So, and it works. You mixed sugar water 3 times and forgot the Apis in all 3 batches. That's the, I'm just glad people are liking it and glad people, I'm happy. Thank you all for supporting it. That's the biggest thing. And the videos and stuff you guys put out just helps the product, helps grow it. So, and, we just do what we can and try to make a little bit here, make a little bit there. I don't even know if I'll have to mix any more lure up this year. I mean, I've got it. I can make it. But I probably got a couple hundred bottles in the floor still over here that I've just every day I'd get, take some out of it. And, we got the marking pins. Those went really well. I mean, I've sold like 42 sets. I'll say 41 because I took one, right, myself. So 41 sets of marking pins so far. I got another 50 sets coming in. So we'll have those again. Just doing little things, guys. It's going to, hey, Alex, it's going to make a big difference when, my thing is comb right now. I'm having my comb limitations are limiting how fast my bees can expand because they're having to draw that comb out. And that's kind of where my issues are right now. Just not having the drawn comb to be able to let them draw at will, right? Or lay at will. So it's kind of slowing it down a little bit. Mike, go for it. You bought some, didn't you? Hey, Vince. But the yeah, I'm a small guy for sure. There's so many things I want to do. I'm on that verge to where I want to open a store, but I don't want to. When I say don't want to open, like a brick and mortar, I don't have the storage. I could do everything from here, but I don't, for me to start ordering like pallets of boxes and pallets of frames would be, I wouldn't have the storage space for it. And then you start with the whole shipping issue, right? So right now, a lot of this stuff I can put right in my mailbox. But putting, or, if it's like if you get one of those shaker cups, I got to use a bigger box. It won't fit in my mailbox. I got to take it to the post office, which is not a problem. But hey, Greg, but it's just one of those things that if you get too big, now I'm taking truckloads of stuff down to the post office. But it's definitely been a good year so far, with everything. And, the Apis is doing well. I mean, that's kind of what I've done is I've just tried to do small things. I've even thought about doing like grafting tools and stuff like that. But I think, with you guys, it wouldn't be a problem. Most of you guys watch, you would go and probably buy it for me just because it's me, which I appreciate. But I try to stay competitive. I don't try to make $1 billion, and I thought about ordering extractors and stuff, and just haven't pulled the trigger on anything. I mean, I need frames, and I'm probably going to end up ordering a pallet of frames, just because if I'm paying the shipping, I've got to get as much as I can on a pallet so if it costs me $325 to ship a pallet, if I can get 16 cases on there, it's still $325, right? So if I order 10, it's $325. So you take that shipping, and then now I'm spreading it out over 15 cases of frames instead of over 10 cases of frames. So it makes that price per frame lower, right? So that's just stuff, it's nothing important. Do they have small warehouse storefronts? I wish they did. I wish they did have those warehouse storefronts. I mean, they do. I don't know how much they cost though to rent. Because right here we've got one beekeeping supply store in town. I mean, I have people driving. Last year they were driving an hour and a half, 2 hours to get queens. Nukes, the guy drove an hour and a half this morning to pick up nukes. I can't go to my local beekeeping supply store and buy frames because they don't have enough for me. So it's one of those things to where making it make sense is the problem. Well, the problem with Miller Bee Supply is they're a few hours away from me too, right? So, hey, Brian. You getting some packages? And it's what it is. I'm just the only storage space I have is what I also utilize for my honey house. So it's like, well, if I start putting stuff in there, then it takes my. Yeah, there's no major supplier here. I mean, Man Lake and places like that are not close, but I mean, not even regional, really. I mean, I'm in the Southeast. I think their nearest one is in Tennessee or way down in Florida. But like right here, Georgia, South Carolina, Georgia, North Carolina's got a bunch, but they're not like close. So that's always, hey, Earl. So that's always an issue, but it's gonna come to fruition. It's just a matter of thinking it into existence, right? Just making it happen, and finding the frames and stuff at a reasonable enough price to where it makes sense to do. Otherwise, we'll be in the same boat that we've been in. Hey, Earl. And but that's it. What's everybody else doing today? Working their bees? Anybody working bees today? And yesterday I went through my nukes and split them down. Split my nukes. Really, they're queenless, but they're split, so they'll have cells in them soon. You worked with Bruce today? Cool. So we just been rocking and rolling it, and building frames. Yeah, I think so. I think so too. Look at this. The World Traveler from the Dominican Republic. Look at you all tan, man. That looks, we used to call them yellowbirds, but that's probably a rum with, let me see. It's probably rum with no rum.
I have no idea. My girlfriend sent it up to me.
It's probably got orange juice, grapefruit juice in it, pineapple juice probably.
It has a lime.
And it has a lime. Man, so did you stay at an all-inclusive resort, or you just
Yeah. We're here for a wedding tonight, 5 o'clock.
And then when you flying back home?
Monday. I won't get home for like Tuesday morning.
Man, one day I'll be able to do stuff like that.
I already got a text from a beekeeper near me. He says you got swarm cells. You better hurry up back.
He's got swarm cells?
Yes, I told him what to do. I have none. I checked Monday. I had none.
But
I set out 6 traps. I got 3 more to go.
You use those pretty much like insurance traps for your own yard, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's the same thing that I try to do. I leave a little bit of extra equipment sitting there in case they want to, find a new home. They hopefully will land in my own box, but sometimes I'm fishing them out the trees.
Well, a few years ago, I got 26 swarms.
26 out of your own yard?
Well, my area, I assume they're my yard.
Well, do you mark your queens?
They supersede a lot. They don't, they swarm. I mark them. Yeah.
So I've had that happen already where I know I've put a queen in. She's laid. They started to supersede her like immediately for whatever reason. I don't know, but so I just, if I had a queen, I knocked down the supersedure cells and introduced a new queen. If I didn't, I just let them do their thing.
Yeah, if I lose you, my phone's getting hot, so I might lose you.
Yeah, it's probably 1,000 degrees down there. That's why you got that icy drink. But you're not a drinker though, if I remember right.
Not much booze in there. I'm not a big drinker.
Yeah, they probably got a little bit of rum in there, but a lot of citrusy. Yeah, that was my go-to drink. What you got right there when I was in Aruba.
Yeah, listen, don't forget, I still got to give you 2 nukes.
Oh yeah, I've got to figure out how we're gonna get them, but.
Well, I might be going down to Virginia the 2nd week of May, and maybe we can meet halfway.
Okay, we might be able to. I know James is coming down here on the 11th, which is a Friday, I think.
That'd be a good time. I can make that.
So James is coming to the house here on the 11th, which is a Friday. So
well, I can drive 5 hours to see you again.
No
his house to your house.
No problems, right?
No problem.
He's driving 22 hours for Queens. Round trip.
He's crazy.
Well, see, he made his splits. He had his Queens ordered. And then they went to the bee supply store first, and then the bee supply store was supposed to overnight them. But they didn't overnight them. They grounded. So it was like 22 hours driving or 24 hours driving in the back of a truck with no water or anything in the cold Canadian temperatures, right? So they're going to all be dead when they get there. So he had to go get another 100 queens.
Wow.
Because he already had his splits made, and they don't have the drones for grafting. So if he's making nukes, he's got to buy queens to use. So it's crazy. So
I sold 31 nukes so far, and I got 9 back ordered.
Really?
I'm out of resources.
I got the 20 packages that I made into nukes. I've sold half of them, so I made my money back on the packages. My nukes grew, so I split those. So I ended up with more nukes to sell. So it's definitely I'm just not worried. If they don't come get them, I put them in boxes. And
Like Monday, I checked the bees. I have no swarm cells. My drones are just about ready to hatch out, so they're not ready to mate. And some of my double hives are booming with bees. So I just threw another deep on top of them. Hopefully, they'll make me enough babies so I could do some splits when I get back.
Right. I don't have the comb. That's my problem. When
I got tons of comb, tons.
When I put a box on it, like a nuke, it's got the nuke in 5 frames of comb. I mean, foundation. And, you know, that's what they got to work with. So I'm just trying to give them some sugar water so they can start drawing it out, right? And I did your trick. I sprayed the frames with the sugar water to try to get them to get up there and start pulling on it, you know.
Does that help?
Do what?
Did that help?
I just did it yesterday, so I haven't noticed any results yet. But you know, that waxing the frames again, that helps a lot with them drawing it appropriately. And I can definitely tell today when I was going through my colonies, the ones that I didn't wax that I put in early, yeah, they look like crap. So I had to pull them out. Now I have to scrape them down and wax them the right way. So
just let you know, the screen's getting darker and darker.
Oh, is it? You got to get the transition so that your glasses turn into sunglasses.
Well, I got sunglasses here, but then I can't see the screen.
I got you. It's trying to save that battery.
Oh, it's kind of a little warm here. Nice breeze, but nice breeze.
Yeah, the thing with the Dominican Republic. In Punta Cana, you fly into the airport, but then you got like a long van or bus ride to get down there, right?
Yeah, we had a bus waiting for us.
How long was the bus trip from the airport?
Happy half hour.
Well, a half hour is not that bad though. So, but yeah, man. Hey, eat as much as you can and drink as much as you can because it's all you paid for it already.
All right, listen, I'm going to go off because I don't want the phone go dead, but I'll be listening to you guys.
All right, Steve. Well, just enjoy your trip, brother.
All right, thank you. Take care.
Right, see you later. Steve, look at Steve down in the Dominican Republic, absorbing sunshine. I think that's his. I know that's at least his third trip because I think he went to Europe, and then he went to Mexico, and now he's in Punta Cana. So I want to do something like that. We just need to have a beekeeping cruise, right? You know how they have like the Rockstar cruises and stuff like that. We'll just do a beekeeping cruise and we'll just get a group rate and everybody just goes, right? Let me see. You guys talking about weight loss? Sebastian, my brother, what's up?
Well, what's going on with you?
Man, I've been working.
That looks like not enough.
Not enough.
I just come back from the bees, man.
I was out in the bees this morning. So I've been up since, I was probably out there 5 hours.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, guys, if it's a little bit noisy. My daughter, she's here, she's youngest. So, yeah, well, I went to, I was doing planting in the garden in Lotman, everything planting, peppers and chilies and all that stuff for lot of stuff, preparation, and I went to the bees. It was lovely and today, beautiful today, finally. We have this spring on the way. And I make a split last week, so that's looking good to me. They're bringing pollen and nectar, I could see they couldn't be accepting. So possibly Monday I'm going to open. I put here for the day for the push cage and leave them alone. They will do what they want.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my 1412, the hives. They are bloody crazy. They just go. They're rockets basically. They're growing so fast.
Right.
I actually make a video today. I will post them tomorrow. So watch out, guys. This is a good one. This colony was split. I took 3 frames from there, and now this queen It's just fill up everything. I was
know what?
shocked.
And is that a polyhive?
No. But she was in the poly hive, but then she moved now to normal hive, the wooden one.
So
Cheese for you.
What do you?
For your queens.
Hey, my queens are doing pretty good actually.
San Miguel. Well, yeah, it's So I have Langstroths. My Langstroths doing okay. They're poly hive Langstroths. They're just they are double brood already. There, man.
I wish I could explain. You know, poly here in the States is not that many people use it, right? But
I think it's huge.
Oh my! There's no comparison.
Yes,
There's no
especially Bob, especially in the spring. It's guys, whoever listen now, get yourself a one poly. I'm not saying any money make for anybody. If you get yourself one poly hive, but typical poly hive from the license, you will see the difference. You will see the spring completely different, and bees are better over winter as well.
So I used the 6-frame poly nuke for my starter finisher, right?
Yeah.
Now keep in mind, the first 2 rounds of grafts, nothing. I got nothing off of them, right?
But
then I grafted 3 more rounds.
Yeah.
So now we're looking at a month and a half.
Yeah.
I put no more bees in my starter finisher.
Yeah.
Right. They drew out probably 10 frames of comb in the top.
Yeah.
They once I put a mated queen in there, she just went crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, laid it up. Now I've taken that 2 6 frames. That's 12 frames, right?
Yeah.
So I put 2 frames of food on the outside.
Yeah. Split them up.
The 6 from the bottom in the center of a 10 in the bottom, right? So now I've got a full box of bees.
Yeah.
And put a queen excluder, put the honey super red on top.
Well, I don't use the queen excluders. I'm doing the same as Mike Palmer. I learn from him quite things. And I do sometimes. I put some of colony. Depends the colony there. Some of colonies. I have one queen last year, which is still have this year. So I will use on queen excluder on her.
She likes to go up.
Yeah, she's crazy. She's going laying. If you give her 20 frames, she will go 20 frames and she will carry on up. She will just, I don't know, But so I try and get her. This year she's on 14-12. I moved her to the Nuke last year. I basically made, I don't know, but I done it like packaging. I exactly done it like packaging. I moved her to the bigger hive. She's on 14-12, and now it's it's a national, fully national box on top. Today I put the fully national box today. So this queen is just rockets. This queen produced me low honey last year. I produce quite a few queens. A couple of bee farmers have actually, big guys.
Right.
Well, running around about 400 hives. They have my queens from that queen, and they're all happy. They want queens this year again. So even more they want this year. There's one guy last year he took a 5, and this year he come back and he said to me, "Can I have a 20 set?" I said, "Well, yeah, when I start do it, you will have it, no problem."
I think I'm gonna actually go out. Oh, I can't. Damn, I might have to buy more polyhives because those nukes. My philosophy. This is just my philosophy. I don't know. There's no science behind it.
Yeah.
But my thought is because they can keep that warm in there when it drops down at night, the bees don't have to stay right on top of the bees, right on top of the brood, right?
And whoever listen now, polystyrene, when it's very, very hot, the temperature of polystyrene is keeping a little bit colder. So the bees doesn't have to work that much hard to keep cooling down the hive. You imagine this, I don't know how many degrees is in, say 35, plus 35. That be what? 35, that be about 100 Fahrenheit, right?
Right.
That's hot. So imagine the bees, what I have to do in 100 Fahrenheit in hives. And you got poly, the polystarter cooling down the house, basically. So they don't need to work in that much hard to cool down the homes. They got the vents on, basically. And when it's a wooden hives, the temperature is not much different between. So they have to work really hard to get the temperature, correct temperature.
Well, what I found, like with the Lyson 10 frame, is 2 inches thick on the walls, right?
Yeah.
And I can put 10 frames, empty foundation on top, and fill that feeder up. They'll draw it up straight away.
Yeah, that's that.
Then pull out the comb, put more comb in there, fill it back up, let them go again.
So, if you remember, I'd probably show some of my first interviews where I've done it with. I think I've done it with Bruce, Greg, and what's the name? Brian. Yeah, and Brian have polyhive, and I said to him, "You will see the difference. It's massive. I know. I test my ones, and here, some people have a lot of poly. Some people, they don't say anything. Some people actually they change completely for poly because the difference in the spring is massive. The bees are pushing hugely in spring. They just give you an example. So if you go to the hive now, the poly hive probably have 7-8 frames brood. Wood one probably have 5, maybe 4.
Right.
Full. I'm saying full. Yeah, that's a big difference. That's 2 weeks advance. 2 weeks ahead in poly hives. So if someone running nooks, he wants to get lots of nooks going through. I think poly hive is the magic for them, because if you have good colony and they hefter up quickly, have very strong early in the spring, that trick can make it serious, because your bees will be, and possibly end of this month, and possibly, which I have to buy a queen, which is like we don't have a queens in mated here, so I have to get queens out. I could possibly have probably 10 splits easy to the end of this month.
Hold on.
So that is just an easy way to do. So, but I hit the 500 subscribe now.
My wife wants me to go to the market, so I'm gonna have to.
Oh no, that's fine. We can finish off if you want to finish off.
No,
that's
I'm
fine.
good right now. I gotta go here in a little while. It's fine. But
yeah, 500 I have subscribed now anyway on my channel now, so I'm happy. I'm really pleased.
It's growing.
Yeah. I did a few videos, few lives, and I'm going to do a different way now, a little bit different lives. I will try and do lives from the hive. But it's not easy because I would like to. No, I have plenty internet. It's just though. I try and get through YouTube, but glitching, very glitching. It's like even I won't go buy the GoPro, but I'm not gonna buy it right now. I have my investment for the first 4 or 5 weeks of queens. I need to buy a lot of queens. Mated. I need the mated queens now. We don't. I'll probably gonna start in January. January, May. First queens grafting. So I'm not going to start yet. It's drones just about you just see drones will start walking on the frames, very young ones. Some area they are, some area they're not. We just got nice wind temperature here now, just in the last 2 days. Before we got horrendous. We have wind 90 miles an hour for 2 days, man. That was just blowing everything up sky, man. What? 8 meters. Imagine 8 meters water went up in the sea. That's how it was the wave. 8 meters. That's big. That's huge. Wow. It's not easy, so I just decided to get some split early possible, and because I don't care about spring honey. For me, make sure I won't get back, and I need to make my nooks back, so I want nooks back.
Yeah.
So So yeah, not too bad. Got a couple of guys there already. There one's the nukes, there one's the nukes, but we didn't have a temperature to the bees actually get the nukes, So I'm not selling any winter bees. Winter bees is mine. There's no chance I will give anybody. That's my goal basically. Because you know yourself how much work is you need to do for the winter. It's a lot, and if you sell someone new person, new queen, just to mate it in probably in early June or May, in the mid-May, then person they'll be okay they will have honey in that year, and the next year he will have to worry about spring if they want to go swarm or something. But if you sell over winter bees now, they will go swarm. They will. But so yeah, so
well, like with the nukes that I've got in the pro nukes out there, that they've been in the pro nuke for 2 weeks, right? And they have grown and hatched out enough to where I had to pull bees out of them to keep them at the right size to be in that in the nuke box. So I've actually split my nukes that I'm selling. So I've had to manage that. So in 2 more weeks, I'll have the same problem, right? I'll have to just keep splitting them, or combine them into a bigger hive, or put them in a bigger hive and let them grow. So that's kind of where I'm at right now, just trying to grow them.
Well, I got the same. This is the problem. So if I have basically next 2 weeks, if I have about 20 mated queens, I could actually all the spring bees. I could make up half and half, and I'm going 40 hives going to walk away straight away now in the 2 weeks. Yeah, that's how my power in the house is now. They didn't have the warm temperatures yet. They didn't have yet, and they're already full hives of bees. I could actually I done a bit inspection today, and I'll tell you what now, one of April's, I just got like this April actually I could have honey, spring honey, summer honey, like midsummer honey, and then autumn honey. All year round I have honey there. There's no way I would have honey. There's already in the boxes, they're just bringing in, I could see dandelions, they start bringing in dandelions, a lot. But I will not harvest it, I just want the splits, I want the preparation for the queens. This is my project. So it's a very hard work. But when I get breeding my queens, I will replace all of queens what I want for the how would you say, the queens what not performing good, they will go straight away. They'll be first on the slop. But my old queen, she's good. I have picture and I will post it on the YouTube later. Picture I will post them on the community.
How's your Apis Biologics doing?
I didn't done it yet. I was planning to do, but they have so much pollen they come. I decide to not mix them because they will not do it. They will not touch that.
Right.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep there. Obviously in the right place. And what we're going to do, we put in when I'm start feeding the syrup for the winter. That's where I will put that in there.
Put it in there.
Yes, that's very. Yes, so I will put that in the winter for feeding for the winter for them, and that be the big things to do.
What?
I will try to do when I doing mating queens, because I have 100 mini nooks to mating. So that's my plan, to get mini mated boxes full up as well. So there's a lot of bees.
Watch what happens when you put the Apis on them right in the fall, after you pull your last honey and you put your feed on there.
Yeah.
Watch what happens. They will absolutely. Everybody else would be. We don't have any brood. You'd be like, I got 4 frames of brood, 3 frames of brood. It'll definitely, whatever everybody else has got that's not using it, you'll have more. Charlie did the same thing last year, and people were telling him, "Hey, I don't have any brood. I'm right now." He's like, "I got 3 frames, full brood. So that was my thing last year. We have mild winters, but I tried to keep them growing as long as I could. If they wanted to brood in December, brood, baby. Let's do
Yes,
it.
oh, absolutely. But then the issue we got, if it's temperature right, they will go fly out and they'll be good. They'll be fine. The
Right.
bees is a point there when they need to make the flights. If they do the flights, they're safe. If they don't do flights, they basically pull them down on the floor. That's it. They'll be dead. So yes, Loma. Yes, that's so it's in the UK, you see. And thanks for Bob for that, and especially Ian. Ian helped me massively with that, where
Well,
I could
You
where
know,
I could get.
Tuesday night, the creator of Apis Biologics is going to be on my channel with us.
Yeah, I'm working. I can't say I will be on.
Yeah, well,
Um,
you can pop in.
Yeah, I will popping up on tea break. I will try and Tuesday night. I will try and popping up on the tea break time when I got tea break and work. But for me, it's I tell you guys, it's so important. I would say to you, the winter time. But then when you're looking in one of schedules and then the Varroa growing. So in here we got the spike of Varroa is July and August. Don't know you, but you probably have early July and then mid August. That will probably spike on you hives.
Yep.
So this is very priority for me. Watch it now. You know, I'm not putting anything now. They've been done. Vaporize oxalic acid a couple of times. It's enough for them. I don't put anything else. I'm just keeping on the eyes on them. And as soon as I see the spot, something is not right, it will be mark up the colony. And then as soon as I got supers off, it will be straight away oxalic acid. I will not messing about this. And say that Charlie have the cages. So I'm going to buy more cages, 2 frames, which they come in Beta B. We'll get them as well. So I'm buying 20 cages. I'm ready to make deal with them. So I'm making 20 cages, which will be typical for Varroa. So if you remember Richard Knoll and the fans, he's caging his queen for Varroa treatment. I would do a little bit different, like Belgium guys does. I know Belgium University, they lock them queens in. What they do, they put 1 frame so the queen can lay, and then the other frame it's halfly like draw with food and all that stuff. So she will laying something, she will be got the food and all that stuff, and then you hit the Varroa in. So you basically, after the first time, you actually could take that queen out. They're basically not queen out, but a frame. I take him out and I put new frame in. So she carry on laying, but what happened is this frame, what it was inside in that cage, will be emerged, yeah?
Right.
So what happened? When you do second time, you wipe off all the Varroa, yeah? So the same time you wipe off that Varroa, and you also wipe off Varroa, which one you coming into the, try and get to the, so you about 97% you will wipe off completely. So these cages are really good, especially for big operation. 2 frame cages, wow, they'd be massive. I have one single one. I will bring in one day from April and I will show you guys. You will see. It's crackers, I tell you. Worth it to spend the money on that, definitely.
Shopping list.
Money, money, money.
Yep, gotta go to the store. That's it.
Someone have to do it.
That's it.
Make sure you get double that list.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty small list, but it's all right. It's all good. Looks like we're having sandwiches for dinner.
Nothing. You have to buy some yourself. Oh, you got honey with honeycomb.
That's it. That's all.
Anyway, I'm off, guys. I'm gonna have to eat something as well. I'm tired. I was since very early morning. I'm knackered. So.
All right, Sebastian.
See you next time. Yeah, I'll pop in up on Tuesday. Is Charlie does live today? Or anybody does?
Yesterday. Did it last night.
Oh, last night I was knackered sleep. Like, oh man. Yeah. So anyway, have a nice one.
All right, we'll talk.
Nice to talk to you guys, and check my Facebook, check my YouTube, please.
Oh yeah, definitely subscribe. Beekeeping.
Yeah. Have a nice one anyway.
All right, have a good day.
See you later. Bye bye.
So yeah, so that was it, guys. We just wanted to pop in and see how everything was going, and see what everybody was doing in the bee yard. Not a long stream. Obviously, I got to go to the grocery store now, so I got a honey-do list for today, and we'll be back again soon. So anyway, guys, y'all have a good day. Hope you enjoy your bees, and the weather's nice, and everything's going good. And we'll see you on the next one. Thanks, guys. Bye.